2 at
25.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a rather mild morning out there so far.
Not too bad, and on top of that, although it's a little damp, we're looking at good news along the drying side of things. Sunshine moves in throughout the day on this Earth Day. A look at the radar right now. Well, it starts out, again, a little bit on the damp side, but I put a little bit of a time lapse here on the radar, and you can see that the movement of those rain showers are exiting out beyond the capital region into Vermont and New Hampshire as we speak. So early this morning, things will be starting out rather damp but dry. 40s the current temperature in Rome, 48, same thing in Watertown and even up in Saranac Lake. So pretty consistent temperature statewide here early this morning. And as we head throughout the day, we'll see these clouds, these stubborn clouds early this morning, turn to more sunshine by this afternoon. Not very warm out, right around average for this time of year, but still upper 50s, not too bad. We are tracking that warm-up, though, as we head into the next few days. We'll have that full detailed look at it in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks, and don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away each morning. As Catholic
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back, everyone, on this Tuesday. Happy Earth Day. Today we are dealing with seasonable temperatures. We start out rather mild, remain rather mild throughout the day, and on top of that, a lot less rainfall chance. As a matter of fact, almost completely dry throughout the day as clouds turn to sunshine. But to start, as you head out the door this morning, you might encounter some damp roadways. Rainfall rates not really too high, maybe some light ponding in poor drainage areas, but realistically, much of the area has little to no impact due to the rainfall. And we can see it here on the traffic tracker early this morning, lots of green, only a few yellows painted on here and there in some other roadways. But again, early this morning, as you head out the door, there's some stubborn low-lying clouds, which eventually move their way out of the area by the late morning and early afternoon. Sunshine moves in, and high temperatures climb into the upper 50s, pushing 60 to get today. And beyond that, we are looking at another stretch of a warm-up as we approach the end of the week. A full detailed look at that in a few minutes. Gary?
Kind of a roller coaster ride.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Well, it was a roller coaster ride of a season.
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. On this Tuesday, on this Earth Day, time now is 5:18, around 48 degrees in downtown Utica. Right now, as you take a live view out there, damp roadways, but most of that rainfall we experienced yesterday evening and overnight has ended. And we're now entering this dry and sunny period of weather, but we still have some stubborn clouds to deal with for the early morning hours. Here's a look at the radar right now. The light green you see here is just some low-lying moisture. The actual rain showers, see these spots here, are now leaving the area. And beyond that, again, dry weather continues to move in. So on this Earth Day, temperatures not too bad, seasonable. In the mid-40s by 10 a.m. into the upper 50s by 6 p.m. and treated to, again, more sunshine by the evening hours. And overall, a pretty decent day out there throughout the region. An update for those of you who have been tracking the hummingbird migration. There has been a spotting of a hummingbird in the southern portion of western New York, as well as some other hummingbird locations in the Hudson Valley, even north of Albany, but no sightings here locally in central New York just yet. But it's approaching that time where you might want to put out some of those hummingbird feeders as well. So we're continuing to track when they begin to arrive, and of course, as soon as we do get any reports of the hummingbirds arriving in the Mohawk Valley area, we'll pass that along. But they're right on our doorstep with the latest reports here. So the bigger picture, we've got this cold front that worked through overnight. High pressure moves in temporarily, but we're in this quiet stretch here the next couple of days as that high pressure brings in a bit of a weak ridge into our region. And we're in that green zone, which means we're in between two air masses, both warm and cold, and that means that weather will be seasonable in the 50s for the next couple of days. So on our Skycast today, sunshine moves in, highs climb into the upper 50s, pushing near 60. Still a bit breezy out, but things won't be too bad today. Then tonight, overnight lows fall into the mid-30s. We're keeping a close eye on frost potential, but at least as long as the winds are strong enough, widespread frost is not expected. Then as we head into Wednesday, same story. Sunshine, highs upper 50s near 60. A few clouds rolling here and there Wednesday night. It's warmer Thursday morning, and then we climb into the upper 50s, nearing the mid to upper 60s by Thursday, with rain chances to our north. We're cutting it close with rainfall Thursday. Same thing for Friday, but a better shot for an isolated shower or storm, a high 74. And then on Saturday, a cold front brings widespread rainfall in the morning hours. And that's our best shot for rain as we're back into a sunny stretch Sunday and Monday. It's looking to be a pretty nice continuation of the spring break weather. I hope a lot of kids are out and enjoying it the next couple of days.
I'm sure they are, and happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Well, millions of Americans are turning to Popular once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore, meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center. And Eric, you're tracking a not too bad day here on this Tuesday.
Yeah, not too bad. We were dealing with rain showers yesterday. Those rain showers are ending. We'll be dealing with some stubborn clouds early this morning, but sunshine moves in. Look at the radar right now. That rainfall, again, as I mentioned, is ending. It is pushing its way out to the east beyond the borders of New York State in the capital region into parts of Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire. And here locally, we are seeing a very faint scene of the morning twilight out in the east, but looking at some satellite feeds coming in, we've got this low-lying cloud layer moving in as well. So give it a couple of hours of stubborn low-lying clouds, and then we'll see the sunshine later on in the day today. Temperatures not too bad as well. We're in the 40s, a mild start to the day. And we gain a few more degrees this afternoon, going from the upper 40s to low 50s into the upper 50s to near 60 degrees. And beyond that, we are looking at even more of a warm-up as we approach the end of the work week. We'll have a full look at that in a few minutes. Gary?
Don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away.
The Oneonta Camp is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss.
Good morning. Pretty dark scene in Oneonta early today, but we treated some more sunshine. We've got to give it a few hours. A look at our photo of the day today takes us to the town of Lee. So shout out to those of you in Lee this morning tuning in. A photo of a hyacinth. I think I spelled that correctly. Now it appears maybe I spelled that wrong. Again, I'm not a flower expert here, though, so I'm trying my best. But still, a beautiful flower here. I love when these start to bloom as well. I've also seen not the tulips budding themselves, but the actual leaves of tulips popping up here and there on some gardens on some walks over the past couple of days. So I'm excited for, of course, tulip season, and it's already daffodil season as well. A lot of daffodils I'm seeing blossoming as well. But I'm just not really a fan of the pollen that comes with it, too. I know a lot of you might even agree as well. Amazing photo right there. If you would like to submit your own, you can send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. We're open to any spring photo that you deem would brighten someone's day or showcase the beauty of your local area, town, or even city that we can feature here early this morning. So today, we start out pretty mild, 40s across the board, and we warm up a few more degrees with sunshine moving in. However, we are looking at even warmer days ahead and some continuation of sunshine coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Once again, today is Earth Day, and one
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, on this Earth Day. Time now 5:49, and early this morning we saw a few glimpses of the moonlight and the twilight this morning, but stubborn clouds working their way in. Live look in downtown Utica right now. 48 the temperature as we speak, and so it's not too bad of a start today. You see the roadways as well, a little bit damp from the overnight rain, which has ended, and we'll be seeing a lack of it over the next several hours and even for the next couple of days. The radar still looking at some lingering drizzle out in the capital region, which is exiting to the east, and rainfall activity ending for the most part in the northeast. Today is Earth Day. Happy Earth Day, everyone. And it's looking to be not too bad of a day weather-wise in case there are any events planned. If you're doing your own solo adventure of cleaning up some roadways and whatnot, it's a great thing for the environment. And again, as we mentioned in the news earlier on, some other local events taking place later on this month into early May. But you see here, early today, temperatures in the 40s, climbing into the upper 50s by the evening, with more sunshine moving in as well. And when it comes to hummingbird migration status, for those of you that have been following the birds closely, the latest extent of them pushing into the southern portion of the western portion of New York State, as well as the Hudson Valley and the New England coast. Hasn't quite reached central New York yet, but within the next maybe couple of days, this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you might start to see a couple of these hummingbirds. So just a heads up, be prepared for. Maybe it's a good time the next couple of days to start putting out those hummingbird feeders. So bigger picture, this cold front moved through overnight. Things are going to quiet down as we are looking at this pretty flat jet stream pattern here. You notice it's somewhat going across the Great Lakes and into the New England coast here. That means that we're seeing average temperatures and relatively quiet weather. No major ripples in the jet stream. So when it comes to our skycast, we zoom in here. Sunshine today, highs in the upper 50s. Tonight, we're cutting it close for frost potential. Maybe some sheltered areas could get some frost forming in those hilltops, but as long as the winds are strong enough, frost potential is less and less likely. Tomorrow, a lot more sun, similar temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s, and then by Thursday, we start out in the 30s and then climb into the upper 60s to low 70s with partly cloudy skies, maybe an isolated shower here and there. That chance is low, but still it's non-zero. Then beyond that, by Friday, a better shot for an isolated shower or thunderstorm, and a high of 74 degrees. Beautiful stretch of weather the next couple of days, Gary. Widespread rain on Saturday, but that's really our best bet for rain the next 7 days as sunshine moves back in again for Sunday and Monday. So beautiful end to April. This early April, we probably weren't thinking it'd turn out this way, but here we are.
Yeah, we went from winter to spring.
Yes.
Just like that. Eric, thanks. The National Weather Service has hit pause on its translated weather alerts, meaning all weather notifications will only be issued in English until further notice. Reporter Maribel Gonzalez spoke with experts who say, sadly for many, this change could mean the difference between life and death.
I don't think anyone really prepared for it to be this high of water.
September 2024, Hurricane Helene hit western North Carolina, causing power outages, collapsed roads, and catastrophic flooding.
Him and me are both from Florida, so we've seen a lot of hurricanes, but I've never seen anything like this.
Despite the National Weather Service issuing alerts, the disaster claimed the lives of 107 people in the state.
There was a big article just a few months before the floods there that rated Asheville one of the safest places to live in the United States from a climate change point of view. And then they suffered massive, devastating, costly floods that they're still cleaning up from.
Without weather warnings, experts say the death toll could have been higher.
Weather alerts save lives. I mean, there's no question about that. If we know a hurricane is coming, if we know a tornado is coming, we can take shelter. We can be safe where we otherwise would be at peril.
But now the National Weather Service is only putting out alerts in English. The agency declined an interview, but sent a statement saying they paused the translation service, quote, due to a contract lapse.
We got a tornado!
It comes as experts warn of more extreme weather due to climate change.
The whole planet is affected, and that means no place is really exempt.
Arguing that access to weather alerts is vital.
It doesn't have to be an extreme event to be a matter of public health and safety.
2025.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you're heading out this morning, not too bad. It's mild.
Yeah, temperatures in the 40s right now, so it's not too cold out. In fact, look forward to the sunshine as well, so maybe grab the sunglasses as you head out the door. Maybe not quite now, but maybe later on. Look at the radar as we speak. Yes, we did experience some overnight rain showers. I'm going to put a time lapse on this over the past 6 or so hours where it was rather unsettled overnight, but that rainfall has since exited and now things are drying up. And beyond that, a live look at downtown Utica. It's still a little damp out there, but any stubborn ponding on roadways will continue to dry up as temperatures climb and sunshine slowly moves in. So as Gary mentioned, not too bad of a day out there so far. It's actually warmer in Saranac Lake than it is in Rome. It's in the upper 40s, pushing 50 degrees already. And we'll continue to see this warm up throughout the day. Not a major warm up. It's still going to be in the upper 50s, low 60s, but we'll be treated to a lot more sunshine by the evening hours. And this will set the stage for a pretty pleasant stretch of weather over the next few days with little to no rainfall chances expected as well. We'll have a timing of when they do arrive, plus the temperature trend as well, coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. As Catholics around the world mourn the death.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. Time now 6:13 on this Earth Day morning. We are waking up to some damp conditions, but at least the rainfall for much of the area is ending, and this sets the stage for a pretty nice stretch of weather as we continue on through spring break and even beyond to the final days of April. Still a live look at some area cameras here this morning. Stubborn low-lying clouds and just overall the damp conditions to begin your day. No real impacts though travel-wise heading out the door. Lots of green on the Munson traffic tracker as we speak. And as we head throughout the day today, stubborn clouds this morning with temperatures in the 40s. We switch over to a lot more sunshine by the evening commute with highs in the upper 50s. So yes, it looks pretty cloudy out right now, but keep those sunglasses handy because you might need them for the evening, and a better shot for needing them the next few days as a lot more sun is expected. We'll have a full detailed look at that, plus the warm-up expected as well in that full forecast. Gary?
The sunglasses forecast.
Yes.
I like that. Eric, thanks. Well, it was a roller coaster ride of a...
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Time now is 6:18, and early today, things are still a little damp, but the rainfall has ended. Downtown Utica, it's a 46-degree start to the day today, so not too bad of a temperature out there this morning. Don't really need that thick jacket. Matter of fact, we climb about 10 more degrees today with even a better shot for sunshine in the afternoon. The radar, again, continuing to quiet down after some rain showers overnight. And as we head throughout the day today, expect a lot more sunshine and seasonable temperatures in the upper 50s, approaching near 60 degrees by the evening hours. So again, happy Earth Day, everyone. If you have any Earth Day plans today for any cleanups or whatnot, great weather for it, especially by the afternoon and beyond. Now, something else to share too as well, as we are continuing to track the hummingbird migration. They are coming very close to central New York. Reports of a hummingbird sighting south of Buffalo, as well as in the Hudson Valley, including north of Albany and into the coast of New England. Still none reported in central New York or the Adirondacks just yet, but it's potentially going to be there in the next few days. So I think it's a perfect time to start setting up that hummingbird food and putting out those feeders as they're slowly but surely approaching the central New York area. So the bigger picture, we've got that cold front that rolled through overnight. And the wake of this cold front, it's actually going to form somewhat of a stationary front south of central New York here. What that is going to do is it'll keep our weather relatively quiet, but also seasonably mild, not too hot, not too cold. Typical late April weather here locally, but with a lot more sunshine and a lot less rainfall. So this morning, stubborn clouds slowly end, sunshine moves in, highs in the upper 50s, low 60s. By tonight, still some decent winds that might prevent any frost from forming. We're cutting it close, especially with some hilltop locations north, but Mohawk Valley, frost potential almost non-existent. Then as we head into Wednesday afternoon, highs in the upper 50s, low 60s with a lot more sunshine. And then tomorrow night, that's when things begin to warm up as we head into Thursday afternoon. 50s, 60s, pushing the low 70s by Thursday evening. And the potential for an isolated shower. It's a non-zero chance, not widespread, but the pop-up shower potential is still there. And there's a better shot for it on Friday, but highs will be even warmer in the mid to upper 70s. And then widespread rain Saturday morning. That's our best chance for rainfall, Gary. It's been an unsettled and cold and snowy and rainy April so far, and this week is looking to be quite the opposite. Plenty of sun and warming up temperatures.
Golfers loving that forecast.
Looking forward to that.
Eric, thanks. Well, millions of Americans are turning to popular.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
President Trump is ramping up his attacks on Fed. And thank you for joining us for this half hour of Sunrise. I'm Gary Libitor. Meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center checking a pretty nice day, not only right now, but all ahead. Eric?
Yeah, that's right. We're looking at a nice stretch of weather on this spring break week. And beyond that, although clouds are stubborn this morning, sunshine moves in later on today. A look at the radar, though. It looks a lot more dry compared to overnight. That's where we saw those widespread rain showers, and that's why area roadways a bit damp this morning. In fact, even in the hour loop, much of that rainfall is already outside of New York State in general, mainly only a few light showers in Vermont as we speak. Now, a live look at downtown Utica, area roadways and surfaces still a little bit damp, but there's no more additional rainfall expected throughout the morning. In fact, these stubborn clouds will persist temporarily. And you can see here, 46 the temperature in Rome already, 49 in Saranac Lake. So it's already a mild start to your day today. And we'll continue to see these temperatures climb, not too much higher, only into the upper 50s to low 60s. So it's going to be a seasonably mild day today, but beyond that, we're looking at even warmer days ahead and a lot more in terms of sunshine. So great news along that front. We'll have a more detailed look at it coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well,
is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
The Oneonta is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Earth Day. As we are showcasing our photo of the day today, we are looking at the flower bloom in the town of Lee. Shout out to Lee this morning. Hyacinth in full bloom here, submitted anonymously. Shout out to a lot of you who have all these unique flowers ready to bloom across the board. I've seen daffodils blooming as well. I've seen the plant itself growing for tulips. Of course, tulip season is still maybe a couple weeks away. But still, we are slowly entering the peak of flower season. And if you have any amazing flower pictures you'd like to share, send your spring photo to WKTV.com/weather/pics. The chance to be photo featured right here on News Channel 2 at Sunrise, as well as on our social media platforms. You can get credit there as well. You can shout yourself out that your photo was picked this morning on Sunrise. So today, we're dealing with spring-like conditions, pretty average April weather with clouds, stubborn clouds this morning turning to sunshine and highs in the upper 50s. But we're actually looking at a warming trend later on this week. We'll have the details on that in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Today is Earth Day, and one night the nice weather day for all the folks to head over to Rome today.
Yes, beautiful sunny skies moving in as well. And I do want to add just a little snippet of that as well. I mean, Chobani in my hometown growing up, I mentioned this before we went on air too, that the generosity, he rebuilt all our baseball fields for Little League. Like amazing grass, I believe turf. I haven't seen it in quite some time, but you know, just state-of-the-art things, and just he really cares about this community, and that's why it's so exciting hearing that news coming out.
Yeah, what a great thing for Central New York. For sure.
Yeah, and sunshine out there right now in Cooperstown. Again, if you're out and about, it's a little on the cooler side, but maybe I shouldn't say that. 58 actually is pretty warm for late April standards, but still, it's a beautiful day out there today. A little breezy. Rainfall ended this morning. Things have dried up quickly, and that sunny weather is still sticking around as we speak. And for the near term, also expect still plenty of sunshine. Stubborn, persistent clouds north of the Thruway in parts of the North Country as we speak. In the 50s and 40s right now, but as you head south, look at that, 72 Poughkeepsie, 55 in Hamilton, and 60 degrees in Dansville. So a little bit of a range of temperatures here across the local area. But again, today, highs climb into the upper 50s, low 60s, partly cloudy skies, then clear skies roll in tonight. And beyond this, we are tracking what we can expect for frost potential tonight, as well as how warm we get the next few days coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The funeral plans for Pope Francis have now been announced. The Pope's coffin is set to be transferred to St. Peter's Basilica tomorrow for the public funeral on Saturday. NBC's Ann Thompson has more this noon from the Vatican.
The next few days here at the Vatican are starting to take shape as Catholics around the world prepare to say goodbye to Pope Francis. Tomorrow morning, his body will be removed from Casa Santa Marta.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. On this Earth Day, we are still tracking a warm-up throughout the day. It's in the mid-50s right now in Utica, 53 officially in downtown as we speak. And as you head south, it's a little bit warmer. Up north, still in the 40s. So we've still got that stubborn stalled air mass in place here right now. So up north, colder, up south, warmer. That's just the way this pattern is as we speak. And there's still some stubborn clouds in the North Country right now as well, but as you head farther to the south, a lot more sunshine. And we'll be tracking this quiet weather for the next few days as that stationary frontal we'll show in a second stays to our south. In the meantime, with these warming temperatures arriving, the latest updates with the hummingbird migration. The ruby-throated hummingbirds arriving to the New England coast, as well as in the capital region, north of Albany as well, south of Buffalo. Still no reports here in the central New York area, but online at WKTV.com, we have an article posted where you can find the website to submit your own reports. If you find a hummingbird in your neck of the woods, send it in so we know we can update this map to let everyone know that hummingbirds have arrived. Either way, go ahead and start making that hummingbird nectar right now so they'll be prepared for that long journey. From that long journey as they flew their way north. Golfing might be a great idea the next few days. It might be a little bit breezy, but dry weather for the most part. An isolated shower Thursday, but other than that, it's good, almost great weather either day. And speaking of that, great deal as well. The WKTV golf cards, still some left available. You can scan this QR code right now. It's a great deal for 18 holes, 17 courses. I am myself trying to get into golfing right now. Haven't done it really too much at all, but you're going to see me probably struggling with some of those courses there on that card. Still, the bigger picture right now, high pressure in place. Rain pretty much staying out of central New York momentarily. Thursday evening, maybe some rain showers north in the North Country and an isolated shower or storm south. But still today, plenty of sun. Potential for some frost tonight in those highest elevations, but that potential is rather low mainly due to that decent wind. You need calm winds and clear skies, and if you only have one of those ingredients, it gets difficult for that frost to really form. Either way, while we're in frost season, we'll provide those updates on those concerns for that. Then sunshine tomorrow, better shot for an isolated shower or thunderstorm Thursday as well as Friday. And then as we head into Saturday, our best shot for rainfall, widespread rain Saturday morning, turning over to sunshine again by Sunday and Monday with highs in the 60s. Overall, a pretty pleasant stretch of weather the next several days. It's spring break time, end of April. And who would have thought, I mentioned this morning, who would have thought that the April would end like this compared to earlier in the month with snow and the lack of spring-like weather.
So 2.5 weeks of winter and now the rest.
Yeah, we'll enjoy this.
Spring. Eric, thanks. Well, it is a homecoming. Eric Gage joining us now, and what a pretty awesome day here in April, too.
Yeah, sunshine across the board now. It's warming up a little bit as we speak. In Cooperstown, by the way, it seems to be warmer there than it is here in the Mohawk Valley. How about a 59, nearly 60-degree early afternoon so far? And, of course, lots of folks out and about enjoying this beautiful weather. Overnight, we were treated to some rain showers. That rain has ended and sunshine has moved in, and that will be a common sight over the next few days. Plenty of sun, still some stubborn clouds initially, but don't worry, as we head throughout the next few hours, a lot more clearing will take place, especially in the Mohawk Valley and south. We'll see how long those stubborn clouds up north take to exit the area. But still, by this evening, plenty of sun, temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. And then by tonight, we're looking at clear skies, a small but non-zero chance for frost. And as you look ahead to the next few days, warming up and dry weather. We have a full detailed look at that, the temperatures as well as the hummingbird migrations in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Preparations continue for the funeral of Pope Francis and the papal.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. The sun is shining now after a cloudy start today. Temperatures in the Mohawk Valley sitting in the low to mid 50s with a temperature gradient cooler up north and warmer to the south. So not atypical, but still, as you head up north, more stubborn clouds. To the south, a lot more sunshine. Either way, expect to see a lot more of this in the sky than clouds and rain, at least for the next couple of days. We're still tracking rainfall chances, but they're few and far between. Radar and satellite is picking up on an area of high pressure, but the main thing was what's going on in the jet stream, which I'll show in a couple of minutes, which will describe why we're going to be seeing this quieter stretch and this gradual warm-up as well. And with this coming warm-up, it's great news for the hummingbird migration, which is continuing north, and it's right on our doorstep. So this is probably the good time for going out and preparing those hummingbird feeders, making the 4 parts water and 1 part nectar, or 1 part sugar into that nectar water. And that, of course, is going to be great for those hummingbirds who have traveled very far and have to consume half their body weight in order to have enough energy to fly. So heads up, they're on our doorstep now, should be arriving the next couple of days. Something else to mention too is with the nicer weather we're seeing between now through eventually Thursday afternoon, it's great conditions for doing some golfing. Now, the winds might be the hinder of a fantastic golf day, but still the sun is shining and temperatures are not too bad. Any golfer will take this any day of the week. Still, though, we have still a great offer as well. A few of these WKTV golf cards available right now. You can try out 17 courses, and it's a great tool to go around the Mohawk Valley and see what golf courses are best for you, or just tour around the state during golfing season. So great time to start dusting out those golf clubs and head out to the course. So I mentioned I'll be talking about why we're seeing this dry weather. That cold front moves through, the jet stream becomes somewhat meridional, or in this case, it goes from east to west. There's no major ripples or surges in warmth and cold. It's pretty steady. Because of that, mainly quiet weather here in central New York. Not too hot, not too cold, and average conditions. And so in our Skycast, we can see it today. Plenty of sun, temperatures right around average in the upper 50s. Tonight, we're cutting it close for frost, not widespread. Some isolated zones could see a little bit, but it's going to struggle those decent wind speeds. You need two ingredients for frost, clear skies and weak winds. And we have those winds that are still look to be persistent. So maybe sheltered areas could see that frost form, but again, it's not a huge concern locally tonight. Tomorrow, same story, a lot more sunshine, highs upper 50s, low 60s. Then by Thursday, that's when we see those much warmer temperatures climbing into the upper 60s, into the low 70s. And there's still the potential for an isolated shower or rumble of thunder by Thursday. And same thing for Friday. Friday, though, the better shot for rain chances, especially Friday night into Saturday. That's when that widespread rain moves in. But as I mentioned earlier, that's our best shot for rain of the next few days. Sunshine here and there, and looking forward to those 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Great golf weather, Gary.
Yeah.
I got to get out on the course. I haven't done so yet. So
You're due.
Yes.
Yes, especially with this 7-day. Eric, thanks. Well, a Florida man is facing charges.
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Gorgeous day out there today.
Oh, absolutely a beautiful day. Great day to be outside. The sunshine really helps. A little bit of a breeze, but it is dry and it stays dry as we head into the remainder of this evening. We've got a great stretch of weather ahead. Warmer weather as we head into the end of the week. A live look outside, 60 degrees, the temperature at Grippus and Rome, northwest wind 18 miles an hour. So you'll notice the wind, but it is a lot warmer. And so the wind doesn't have as much of a bite to it these days. We're tracking clear skies tonight. Small chance to see the northern lights. Small chance to see a meteor as well with the Lyrids continuing. Sunshine again tomorrow. Much warmer weather expected as we head into Thursday and Friday. Looks like a nice evening, temperatures in the 50s. We're tracking warmer weather. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A sad update now on a story from this.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening, a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine, nice and warm. Let's take a live look in downtown Utica. A temperature of 60 degrees. And again, just a gorgeous afternoon, looking nice and dry on the Yorkville Battery. Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This kind of weather probably gets you thinking about doing a lot of fun stuff outside. How about golf? We've got some great weather for that over the next several days. We also have a golf card that you can check out. You buy one card and you get access to 18 holes of 17 different courses across the region. You can check out our website for details on that. They're going pretty quickly from what I hear. First hummingbird of the season spotted locally in Sherrill. This was spotted by Karen Bronson. This was yesterday from one of her feeders. It is a little early to be spotting them, but they are starting to show up. And I think we're going to be getting a lot more sightings here over the next several days, especially with how the weather looks to be shaping up with much warmer weather on the way. Quick update on the northern lights. It is possible that we could see them tonight. It's a low chance, but it's there. And guess what? It's not the sky's fault. Skies are going to be expecting to be clear. So you can check that out. Looks like the better time will be closer to midnight. Also, too, don't forget the Lyrid meteor shower continues. It peaked yesterday, but still a lot of meteors to be found tonight. About 5 to 10 per hour. Look to the north for the constellation Lyra. Bigger picture shows a very quiet weather pattern. We've got high pressure building in. A lot of wind today, but the wind will be backing off tomorrow. And again, we're tracking some quiet weather, a big warm up as winds turn into the south over the next couple of days. It's pretty chilly tonight with clear skies in place, dry air. Temperatures will fall into the low 30s, so some patchy frost tomorrow morning. Beautiful Wednesday. It's just as warm as today with high temperatures in the low 60s, less wind, and plenty of sunshine. Tomorrow night, skies look clear. Overnight lows drop into the upper 30s to near 40. Thursday looks warmer with a few extra clouds. Temperatures will make a run towards 70 degrees. It gets even warmer than that as we head towards Friday. Tonight, clear skies, an overnight low of 34 degrees. Again, a couple of shooting stars from the Lyrid meteor shower and a small chance to see the northern lights. We're looking at mostly sunny skies tomorrow and a high temperature of 62. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. 72 on Thursday, 74 Friday, mostly cloudy. Few showers here on Saturday, 62. The weekend, not quite as warm, but it's still pretty nice. We're back into the 70s as we look ahead to Monday and Tuesday. So, wow.
It'll be tough for the kids to want to go back to school with those kind of temperatures.
Hey, at least they get a nice weather for spring break, too.
You know, they're got to be outside in these next couple of days.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. All right, thank you, sir. Well, on this Earth Day, it's a time to meteorologist Bill Curtis talking Earth Day today.
Yeah, today's Earth Day, and we're taking a look at Earth from space. This is one of our weather satellites, GOES-19, and this image was taken today, actually just an hour ago. And if you look really closely in this picture, you can actually see the reflection of sun on the Pacific Ocean. It's in the center, just to the left. That's the sun making its way around the Earth. And you can also see on the right-hand side, darkness starting to approach from the east. Beautiful sight there. Our weather looking clear in central New York. It's going to be a nice night to stargaze. Tomorrow looks like a beautiful sunny day. Temperatures in the low 60s. The big story this week is the warmth. We're going to be back into the 70s as we look ahead to Thursday and Friday. It's dry out there this evening. A great evening to take the dog out for a walk. Temperatures will be in the 50s. Tonight's featured dog is Diesel from Cedarville. If you want to be part of this, send your dog pictures to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Suni Oneonta and Suni Kobalskill.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Beautiful day today. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures climb to near 60 degrees. It's 63 in Oneonta. We've got bright blue skies, clear skies tonight. Looking at dry conditions of the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. If you're looking to get out and enjoy the evening, it's going to be looking nice. The winds will be calming down as well. The northern lights are still possible to be viewed tonight, although it doesn't look like a very large solar storm. It could be just enough to capture them with your camera. If you have a camera that can take night photos looking to the north, you might have an opportunity to do that. These lights come and go, we've learned over the years, and the easiest way to keep track of this is to download an app, an Aurora app. A lot of these apps these days will give you minute-by-minute conditions, but they only go out about a half an hour to an hour at most as they're reading satellite data, and that's the way to do it. You'll be following an app tonight. When you see the numbers get high enough, go outside and try to see it or take a picture of this. Again, the forecast is for this to get a little bit better around midnight, and guess what? Skies are clear, so we can't blame that. It looks like they'll stay clear throughout the entire night. Pollen count, it is not only high, it is very high, and it's going to stay very high over the next several days. We have beautiful weather in store, but that also means the plants are going to go crazy here as they start emerging from winter's hibernation. We've got warm weather that's going to be sticking around. The overall weather pattern favors warmer than average conditions through the end of the month and into early May, and it should start to really ramp up here as we turn the calendar. We'll see how that works out. The wind will also be dying down. When the weather gets warm, the winds tend to be lighter, and again, this is just being very general here. And so we have less wind in the forecast for Thursday and Friday, but the winds do pick up heading towards Saturday. Skywatchers checking in. Whitesboro 58 degrees, Bob and Clinton 61, Norway 61, Jeff and Mohawk 62, Worcester 67. Not as many Skywatchers reporting in tonight. I'm sure a lot of them are outside enjoying this lovely day. Bigger picture shows high pressure building in from the west, and again, the weather looks nice in the short term. Clear skies tonight. It's cold. We're down into the 30s. Some patchy frost by tomorrow morning. Sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Beautiful. Temperatures about as warm as today with slightly less wind. The skies remain clear tomorrow night. We'll see plenty of sunshine again on Thursday, although a little bit less than tomorrow, but it does look warmer Thursday afternoon with highs above 70 degrees. Clear skies tonight, low of 34. Beautiful day tomorrow, mostly sunny, 62. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, 72 on Thursday, 74 Friday. A cold front arrives Friday night. That brings showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, and cooler weather over the weekend. Highs in the low 60s. We're into the 70s again by Monday and Tuesday. We'll be right back.
At 6, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
It turned out to be a beautiful day across central New York. Plenty of sunshine this evening. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Our temperature 56 degrees. We made it to 60 this afternoon. We've got some very warm weather ahead, but it does cool off tonight with clear skies and light winds in place. Temperatures are going to tumble. We'll be down into the low 30s by tomorrow morning. Clear skies tonight. A small chance of seeing the northern lights. We'll talk more about when that might happen overnight. Sunshine returns tomorrow, and we've got much warmer weather in the forecast as we head into Thursday and Friday. This evening it looks beautiful. Sunshine, temperatures in the 50s. The winds will diminish tonight. The winds are around tomorrow, but it's the warm weather that will be really the talk of the town as we head towards the end of the week. We've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A sad update now on a story that we brought you this past weekend.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A beautiful day today. We've got some nice weather here throughout the week. A live look in downtown Utica. A temperature of 56 degrees. We made it into the low 60s this afternoon. Clear skies in place. Will stay dry for the next several days. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This type of weather might get you in the mood for golf. We've got some fantastic weather in store. It's going to warm up here throughout the week. We should be into the 70s by Thursday and Friday. And if you are an avid golfer, I encourage you to check out the WKTV golf card. On the screen here is what's called a QR code. You can take a picture of that with your phone, and that'll take it to our website. You can read more details about what you can get. But this is 18 holes, 17 courses across the region. And again, you can find that on WKTV.com. Guess what? Our first hummingbird sighting has taken place. This was yesterday. And Karen Bronson saw this on her feeder. First one in our area, which means it's just a matter of time before more start to show up. Now is the time to put out the feeders, especially if you live in the lower elevations. I think we're going to see a lot more spotted here over the next several days, especially with the weather being and expected to be so warm here, especially towards the end of the week. We still have a chance of seeing the northern lights. It doesn't look to be a big show, but the forecast with these things are very hit or miss. So there's an opportunity tonight because we have clear skies. The forecast here is that it should be getting a little bit brighter towards midnight, but if you're really serious about seeing this, your odds will go up a lot more if you download an app to track this, an Aurora app. There's a lot of them out there, but they give you a forecast for about the next hour when conditions will get better or worse. And you'll just have to pay attention to that and be ready to go outside and take a look to the north. While you're outside tonight, just a reminder, the meteor shower continues. The Lyrid meteor shower continues today, 5 to 10 meteors per hour. That will be visible in tonight's sky, mainly to the north. Pollen count's very high. It's going to stay high over the next several days. It's just that time of the year. As the weather gets nicer, the plants get really excited, and they're getting ready for spring. Clinton, 61 degrees. Whitesboro, 58. Curtis, 57. Worcester, 67 degrees. We've got a big dome of high pressure building in, and the weather looks very quiet. Clear skies tonight. It's chilly. Overnight lows drop into the 30s. Wednesday morning, sunshine. A little chilly in the morning, but it's going to be a beautiful afternoon. Less of a wind than today, about as warm with high temperatures in the low 60s. Skies look clear tomorrow night. Overnight lows drop into the 30s. Thursday, not quite as sunny, but it does look a lot warmer. I think we'll make a run towards 70 degrees Thursday afternoon. Tonight, clear, chilly, low temperature of 34 degrees. Again, slight chance to see the northern lights. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 62 for the high. Beautiful afternoon. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. We're into the 70s Thursday and Friday. A cold front arrives Friday night. It'll knock the temperatures down to the 60s over the weekend. The chance of showers on Saturday. Sunday looks dry. Back into the 70s. Looking ahead to Monday and Tuesday.
I'm sorry, I don't care if there's rain in that forecast. That looks awesome.
It's going to have to rain at some point, right?
Oh, exactly. All right, thank you, Bill. If there's any meteorologist, Bill Curtis, the first hummingbird sighting.
Yes, Cheryl. This was taken yesterday. Karen Bronson reported one on her feeder yesterday morning.
you know summer's coming now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see that. I know it's just a matter of time before we have a lot more people saying the same thing. If you like watching hummingbirds, it's time to put out the feeders. I think, like I said, just a matter of time before they show up across the region. They're usually here in May, but again, with the warmer weather in place, I think they're a little bit early. Live look at the Erickville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's clear out there. The weather is looking quiet. Northern lights so far have not shown up. Things look very quiet so far tonight. Current temperature 46 degrees. We'll cool off into the 30s tonight. A beautiful day tomorrow. Big story Thursday, Friday. We're into the 70s. A couple of warm days ahead. Clear skies tonight. Low temperature of 34. Tracking warm weather later this week. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. If there's any agency where Earth...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Temperature of 46 degrees, clear skies, cooling off quickly tonight. It is turning out to be a pretty nice night across central New York. Live look at the Erickville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Nothing doing across the region. The weather is looking really nice. In fact, maybe it's time to get out the golf clubs, do a little bit of golfing. The weather looks spectacular over the next couple of days. And if you're an avid golfer, I recommend you checking out the WKTV golf card. It is something that you can check out. You can see the QR code. You can scan that in. Find out more details on this. 18 holes, 17 courses. This deal ends at the end of the month. So something to consider if you like playing golf. This could be a great way to give yourself an incentive to check out more courses around the area. Today's Earth Day. This is a picture of planet Earth. This was taken this afternoon from GOES-19, one of our weather satellites. Beautiful shot of the Earth. You can see right there, there's the sun reflected off the Pacific Ocean. And also, too, this is the nighttime happening on the other side of the planet. Speaking of nighttime, can we see the northern lights? Right now, conditions aren't favorable. Don't know if that's going to happen tonight. If there is any chance, it would be closer to midnight, which we're not that far away from. So we're just kind of in standby mode. If you are out trying to look for them, you haven't missed anything yet. While you're out, see if you can find any shooting stars. The meteor shower continues. The Lyrid meteor shower takes place throughout the remainder of the week. Good night to see you tonight with clear skies. Lots of pollen in the air. The count is very high. Over the next several days, we're getting into the peak of pollen season already. Things change pretty quickly around here. Bigger picture, high pressure coming in. It's going to keep us dry. It's also going to bring the warmth. Not tonight, though. Clear skies. We're down into the 30s. A little bit of patchy frost first thing tomorrow morning. Lots of sunshine tomorrow afternoon. It's beautiful. Temperatures climb into the low 60s. Tomorrow night, clear skies. It's warmer Thursday, but it's not quite as sunny. Temperatures climb into the low 70s. Even warmer on Friday. Tonight, clear skies down to 34. Sunshine tomorrow, beautiful afternoon, less wind. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. We're into the 70s Thursday and Friday. A cold front arrives Friday night, producing some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. Temperatures will be in the 60s over the weekend. A shower Saturday, back into the 70s. A warm stretch of weather continues early next week.
That's a nice spring stretch right there.
Getting away from the cold.
We could use that. All right, thanks, Bill. Suni Oneonta and suits to that, too. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis joins us now with a first look at the forecast. It's going to be warm enough, that's for sure. We've got some nice weather, and it's it's warm enough when the hummingbirds are back.
The hummingbirds are coming back early. Usually we're talking Mother's Day when they're coming back, but this one was spotted yesterday by Karen Bronson in Sherrill. She has her feeder out. She spotted them yesterday. I think we're going to be getting a lot more sightings over the next couple of days here. We've got the warm weather, and again, they're on their way. There's a big mass bird migration to the north tonight with the warm weather on the way. Also, too, wanted to make mention, the northern lights. So far, things have been very quiet. We haven't seen them locally, and it looks like things are probably going to stay quiet here tonight on that front, unfortunately. Live look at the Erickville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. Clear skies in place, 41 degrees. I did see a shooting star from the Lyrid meteor shower, so there is something to watch out there tonight. Temperatures will climb into the 70s Thursday and Friday. Some warm weather on the way. And we'll start to cool down heading into the weekend. Clear skies tonight. Kind of chilly out there, down to 34 degrees. Beautiful day tomorrow. We're going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Well, was
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Nice night out there. It's chilly, clear skies, 41 degrees. Great night to stargaze, but again, it is a little chilly out there. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. We've got a nice stretch of weather ahead. And if you like playing golf, this is going to be a great stretch of weather for you. Tomorrow, Thursday, look great. So does Friday. By the way, if you like playing golf and you like exploring different courses, we've got a deal for you. The WKTV golf card is still available. You can scan that QR code on the screen to get more details. 18 holes, 17 courses. You can also find this on our website, WKTV.com. This goes until the end of the month. Social media. So today's Earth Day. One picture that has been very popular is, well, hey, the Earth itself. This was taken today by our weather satellite GOES-19. Beautiful picture of the planet. You can see the reflection of the sun in the Pacific Ocean. Northern Lights not coming out tonight. Things have been very quiet. Clear skies in place, but you could see some shooting stars. In fact, I saw one at about 10:45. They're pretty quick. They just fly right across the sky. But we have the Lyrid meteor shower, which continues. We want to be away from city lights. And again, you're looking at 5 to 10 meteors per hour. But again, you're at the right place at the right time. Looks pretty cool. Pollen levels are going to remain very high over the next couple of days. We're in that time of the year with the weather getting really nice. That means spring is coming out in a flurry. And again, the levels look to remain very high over the next several days. High pressure moves in from the west. We've got a very nice weather pattern ahead. It is clear tonight. It's chilly. We drop down into the 30s. But tomorrow looks like a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine. Less wind tomorrow compared to today, so it will feel more comfortable with temperatures in the low 60s. Mostly clear tomorrow night. Another cool night. Overnight lows in the 40s. Thursday, not quite as sunny, but warmer. A south wind kicks in. It's going to allow temperatures to climb into the low 70s. Tonight, clear, low of 34. Tomorrow, beautiful afternoon, mostly sunny, less wind, a high of 62. Storm Tracker 2's 7-day forecast. Thursday and Friday look really nice and warm, partly to mostly cloudy, low 70s. Cold front arrives Friday night. Showers, maybe a rumble of thunder that lingers into early Saturday. It is cooler over the weekend. We're in the 60s, still pretty nice. Monday, 72, 76 on Tuesday.
And none of it looks like washout by any means.
No, nothing.
Shower here or there.
Nothing too heavy.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bill. Coming up next, we're going to tell you